ഹോ ഹോ ഹോ. ഓം ശ്രീ ഗണേശായ നമഃ. ഓം ശ്രീ സരസ്വത്യൈ നമഃ. ഓം ശ്രീ ഗുരുഭ്യോ നമഃ. സമസ്തജനകല്യാണേ നിരതം കരുണാമയം നമാമി ചിന്മയം ദേവം സദ്ഗുരും ബ്രഹ്മവിദ്വരം. സദ്ഗുരും ബ്രഹ്മവിദ്വരം. മൂകം കരോതി വാചാലം പങ്കും ലംഘയത്തെ ഗിരിം. യത്കൃപാതമഹം വന്ദേ പരമാനന്ദമാധവം. പരമാനന്ദമാധവം. Okay, as usual, we'll start with Guru Stotram and then following that Todagashtakam, and then we will start our talk and all. Guru Stotram. അഖണ്ഡമണ്ഡലാകാരം വ്യാപ്തം യേന ചരാചരം തത്പദം ദർശിതം യേന തസ്മൈ ശ്രീ ഗുരവേ നമഃ. അജ്ഞാനതിമിരാന്ധസ്യ ജ്ഞാനാഞ്ജനശലാകയാ ചക്ഷുരുന്മീലിതം യേന തസ്മൈ ശ്രീ ഗുരവേ നമഃ. ഗുരുർബ്രഹ്മാ ഗുരുർവിഷ്ണുഃ ഗുരുർദേവോ മഹേശ്വരഃ ഗുരുരേവ പരം ബ്രഹ്മ തസ്മൈ ശ്രീ ഗുരവേ നമഃ. സ്ഥാവരം ജംഗമം വ്യാപ്തം യത്കിഞ്ചിത് സചരാചരം തത്പദം ദർശിതം യേന തസ്മൈ ശ്രീ ഗുരവേ നമഃ. ചിന്മയം വ്യാപി യത് സർവം ത്രൈലോക്യം സചരാചരം തത്പദം ദർശിതം യേന തസ്മൈ ശ്രീ ഗുരവേ നമഃ. സർവശ്രുതിശിരോരത്ന വിരാജിതപദാംബുജഃ വേദാന്താംബുജസൂര്യോ യഃ തസ്മൈ ശ്രീ ഗുരവേ നമഃ. ചൈതന്യശാശ്വതശാന്തഃ വ്യോമാതീതോ നിരഞ്ജനഃ ബിന്ദുനാദകലാതീതഃ തസ്മൈ ശ്രീ ഗുരവേ നമഃ. ജ്ഞാനശക്തിസമാരൂഢഃ തത്വമാലാവിഭൂഷിതഃ ഭുക്തിമുക്തിപ്രദാതാ ച തസ്മൈ ശ്രീ ഗുരവേ നമഃ. അനേകജന്മസംപ്രാപ്ത കർമ്മബന്ധവിദാഹിനേ ആത്മജ്ഞാനപ്രദാനേന തസ്മൈ ശ്രീ ഗുരവേ നമഃ. ശോഷണം ഭവസിന്ധോശ്ച ജ്ഞാപനം സാരസമ്പദഃ ഗുരോഃ പാദോദകം സമ്യക് തസ്മൈ ശ്രീ ഗുരവേ നമഃ. ന ഗുരോരധികം തത്വം ന ഗുരോരധികം തപഃ തത്വജ്ഞാനാത് പരം നാസ്തി തസ്മൈ ശ്രീ ഗുരവേ നമഃ. മന്നാഥ ശ്രീജഗന്നാഥഃ മദ്ഗുരു ശ്രീജഗദ്ഗുരുഃ മദാത്മാ സർവഭൂതാത്മാ തസ്മൈ ശ്രീ ഗുരവേ നമഃ. ഗുരുരാദിരനാദിശ്ച ഗുരുഃ പരമദൈവതം ഗുരോഃ പരതരം നാസ്തി തസ്മൈ ശ്രീ ഗുരവേ നമഃ. ത്വമേവ മാതാ ച പിതാ ത്വമേവ ബന്ധുശ്ച സഖാ ത്വമേവ വിദ്യാ ദ്രവിണം ത്വമേവ സർവം മമ ദേവദേവ ത്വമേവ സർവം മമ ദേവദേവ. ബ്രഹ്മാനന്ദം പരമസുഖദം കേവലം ജ്ഞാനമൂർത്തിം ദ്വന്ദ്വാതീതം ഗഗനസദൃശം തത്വമസ്യാദിലക്ഷ്യം ഏകം നിത്യം വിമലമചലം സർവധി സാക്ഷിഭൂതം ഭാവാതീതം ത്രിഗുണരഹിതം സദ്ഗുരും തം നമാമി. Now we will chant തോടകാഷ്ടകം. വിദിതാഖില ശാസ്ത്രസുധാ ജലധേ महितोपनिषत् कथितार्थनिधे हृदये कलये विमलं चरणं भवशङ्करदेशिक मे शरणं भवशङ्करदेशिक मे शरणं करुणावरुणालय पालय मां भवसागरदुःखविदूनहृदं रजयाखिलदर्शनतत्त्वविदं भवशङ्करदेशिक मे शरणं भवशङ्करदेशिक मे शरणं भवता जनता सुखिता भविता निजबोधविचारण चारुमते कलयेश्वर जीव विवेकविदं भवशङ्करदेशिक मे शरणं भवशङ्करदेशिक मे शरणं भवयेव भवानिति मे नितरां समजायत चेतसि कौतुकिता मम वारय मोहमहाजलधिं भवशङ्करदेशिक मे शरणं भवशङ्करदेशिक मे शरणं सुकृतेऽधिकृते बहुधा भवतो भविता समदर्शन लालसता अतिदीनमिमं परिपालय मां भवशङ्करदेशिक मे शरणं भवशङ्करदेशिक मे शरणं जगतीमवितुं कलिताकृतयो विचरन्ति महामह सचलतः अहिमांशुरिवात्र विभासि गुरो भवशङ्करदेशिक मे शरणं ഭവശങ്കരദേശിക മേ ശരണം ഗുരുപുംഗവ പുംഗവകേതനതേ സമതാമയതാം നഹി കോപി സുധീഃ ശരണാഗതവത്സല തത്വനിധേ ഭവശങ്കര ദേശിക മേ ശരണം ഭവശങ്കരദേശിക മേ ശരണം വിദിതാനമയാ വിശദൈകകലാ ന ച കിഞ്ചന കാഞ്ചനമസ്തി ഗുരോ ദ്രുതമേവ വിദേഹി കൃപാം സഹജാം ഭവശങ്കരദേശിക മേ ശരണം ഭവശങ്കരദേശിക മേ ശരണം. Okay, I was thinking what could be the topic for today. Then I thought, okay, I can talk about little bit Bhagavata and all. In Bhagavatam, we know there are 12 skandhas are there. 12 canto. 12 skandhas are there. And each skandha describes each topic. First skandha describes about adhikari, who will be the eligible student or who will be the eligible speaker or teacher, like that adhikari skandha, like that, each topic, each skandha describes each topic. And then 11th skandha, we will see little bit about 11th skandha. Around 31 chapters are there. We will see one or maybe one chapter like that we will see. The 11th skandha, the topic is mukti. 11th skandha is mukti skandha. Mukti means liberation. Now we will see what is mukti and how many types of mukti. So many muktis are there. What is mukti? There are so many ideas about mukti. So many kinds of muktis are there. But one common thing that which is there in people's mind, normally common people's mind, that liberation is something which you attain after death. After death only mukti is possible. Different muktis are there. Then one mukti is called Salokya Mukti. One is called Salokya Mukti, going to Bhagavan's world, and that is called Mukti. And after death, definitely it's after death you can go to Bhagavan's world. That is possible. Scriptures are telling it's possible. We are not remembering all these things and all. We went there or not and all. We do not remember. That's a fact. We do not know. Okay, that's one kind of liberation. That is a Salokya Mukti. And second, even if you go to Bhagavan's world, but you may be far away from Bhagavan. No, I will go near to Bhagavan, near to him, his that inner circle and all. If that is if that is there, then that is called a Samipya Mukti, closeness, nearness to Bhagavan. That is Samipya Mukti. First one we talk about Salokya Mukti, and then Samipya Mukti. Third is a Sarupya Mukti. Sarupya means you also assume the form of Bhagavan. Even Bhagavan's attendants also look exactly like Bhagavan. Only one difference is their Lakshmi, they don't have Lakshmi Devi with them. If you go to Vaikunta, and so many of them are going to Vaikunta, and which is Bhagavan, how we can recognize? How will you know him? Who is Vishnu and all? It is said Bhagavan is recognized by Lakshmi, that whose feet where Lakshmi is sitting, that is Bhagavan. We will get all the form like that is Sarupya Mukti. And one meaning of Lakshmi is that with the help of whom we recognize Lord Narayana. That is called Lakshmi. Lakshmi is indicator. Otherwise, all of them look alike only there. That is Sarupya Mukti. Then now how many over? Salokya, Samipya, Sarupya. One more mukti is there, Sarshti. Sarshti, that is Aishwarya like Bhagavan. We will get Aishwarya like Bhagavan. Aishwarya means lordship. They that lordship means they can't create this entire world and the creation and dissolution. That is not possible. All power other than this creation and dissolution they will get. That is a Sarshti. This wave around 4 types we said now. Salokya, Samipya, Sarupya, Sarshti. All these are mukti. How long this mukti remain? That depends upon Lord's will. As long as Bhagavan wish, we can stay there, or how much our sukrida or our punya is there, then okay, that much time, that and all we do not know how much time we will be there with Bhagavan's world, with the Samipya or the form and all, we do not know. Anyhow, now we are talking about the mukti that is spoken here in Bhagavatam. The mukti's definition is given in Bhagavatam. It goes like this: Muktir hitva anyada rupam swarupena vyavasthidihi or avasthidihi. This definition of mukti is given in the second skanda also, 11th skanda also is there, where Shuka Brahmarshi has said mukti or liberation means being established in one's true self. At present we are established in the not self, anatma vastu. Our mind is all the time in anatma vastu, which is not our essential nature. To become established in our true nature is called mukti. Muktir hitva anyadha rupam swarupena avasthidihi. The definition of mukti, it is not going to another world. It's not going to some other world or after death or assuming different form. Mukti is right here. What is that? Renouncing our false identity. How? By knowledge. Renouncing our false identity by knowledge and then abiding in our true self. That is called as a mukti. Muktir hitva anyada rupam. Anyadha rupam hitva, giving up our erroneous identity, and then swarupena avasthidi, then abiding in our own swarupa, our own true self. What Ramana Maharshi says, Kristale mana swastada kriya bhakti yoga bodhascha nishchidam. Manaswastada. Swastada means abidance. Manasaha swastada. It is, I chanted that sloka is from Upadesha Sara of Ramana Maharshi. Abidance of mind, where we have to put our mind, Hrutstale, Hrudayasthane, the place of heart, there Atma is there. What we mean, Atma Swarupa. Where abidance of mind in true self, we all are told we are Sachidananda Swarupa Atma. Different scriptures are telling to us you are Atma Swarupa, you are Sachidananda Swarupa, which we are experiencing in the heart, like every if we go inward and then we can see aham, like that we are experiencing that abidance of a mind in that true self. That is called, that is the goal of each and every spiritual or spiritual sadhana. The abidance of mind in our true self is the goal of kriya. Kriya means karma yoga or a bhakti yoga or ashtanga yoga, yoga of 8 limbs or jnana yoga. The goal of all these spiritual practices is a abidance of mind in the self. That is happening, we reached our goal. It is the well ascertained or confirmed or considered opinion of all spiritual masters as well as scriptures. Scriptures also is telling the same, and not only scriptures, spiritual masters also are telling the same thing. It's like that. Just imagine, suppose there is a man, and then he's a great actor, and he was playing the role of a beggar. Somehow he has got a fixation in his mind that he's a beggar. He's a rich person. Actors means what? Actors are the richest persons. No? And even that play is over, he goes on asking, give me 10 rupees, give me at least 5 rupees you give, like that. Then even though he is a rich person in his real life, now he thought he is a beggar. Then that is called bondage. Now what is liberation? When he recognized, I am not a beggar, but I am a rich man, in fact playing the role of a beggar. That's why that way when he realizes that itself is mukti. Anyadha, the same way you apply in our cases also. Anyadha Rupam, at present we are established in, we will put our mind in this non-self. And then when we will able to abide, abidance of mind in our true self, anyada rupam hitva swarupena avasthiti, because our true nature is Satchidananda Swarupa, but we are identified with our body, mind and intellect, and we think we are a small limited jiva. I am born, today is my birthday, or today is my death day, we won't tell. Na? Today is my wedding anniversary. And then we think we are these small beings. But Vedanta says you are Tattvamasi. Not one or two times, several times. Now, then if we listen that and then reflect, and then all our doubts are clarified, and then we will get this understanding, oh, naham jivaha. When the jiva, when we recognize, I am not the jiva, I am the Paramatma, that is called mukti. In this life, while living here itself, in this moment itself, we can recognize this. This is called mukti. And this is the topic of 11th skanda of Srimad Bhagavatam. And liberation, as described in the 11th skanda, brings an end to our all worries. If we go through the 11th skanda, beautiful portions are there. It will bring an end to all our worries and crying, complaining once and for all. If we have that sincere approach to Bhagavatam, and that also 11th skanda, and before that 10 skandas are there, na? That also. Mukti is such that once it is attained, neither will we ever cry again, nor will anything in the world be able to make us cry. That is mukti. This is the only problem with attaining mukti. We can't cry like, like how we were complaining and all. We can't do that after that. But what to do? We want to cry. And we are happy to keep receiving sympathy from others. That's our, okay, whatever we are having now, we are satisfied with that. The 11th skanda, first chapter describes the circumstances leading to the destruction of Yadava clan. Bhagavan is belong to that Yadava clan. Sri Krishna, first when Bhagavan's avadara happens, that behind that stories are there. We are not going to that and all. First, Bhagavan destroyed all the asuras. From the childhood onwards, he started that mission. And when he reached in Mathura and all, with the help of Yadavas also, he destroyed so many asuras. And that way, Earth's burden almost over, almost removed. Because Prithvi Devi approached Brahmaji and then complained about, because she is having so much burden of these wicked people, therefore I can't bear all this burden like that. Prithvi Devi had approached Brahmaji, and then that way Sri Krishna incarnated. And now everything look okay. But Sri Krishna understood, now my own people, they became so powerful, this Yadavas clan, so powerful, so strong, and one day they will become so arrogant also. If power and everything is there, arrogant, that kind of nature will come automatically. Bhagavan understood that. Then Bhagavan thought, what will happen? Again I can come back and then destroy this. Now itself, Bhagavan thought, let me finish them now itself, like that. You look, Bhagavan's Vairagya. Bhagavan's Vairagya, Bhagavan's dispassion or Virakti is 100% is there. That's why Bhagavan is called as a Bhagavan. And one of the Bhagavan, Bhaga means, there are 6 things are there. In it, one is a Vairagya, that also 100%. And then story goes like this. One day, Sri Krishna's children, they were playing cricket or something, because no work. They were enjoying life because all is there now, all wealth is there, everything is there. That will happen if parents makes lot of money. If parents made lot of money and then children, they will spoil it. The same way, Sri Krishna's children, they all were enjoying life, and then they saw rishis are coming. What kind of thought came to their mind is rather strange. They say, let us have some fun with this Rishi Munis, this Tadiwala, we will do some joke with them. They called Samban. Samban also, Sri Krishna's Samban. Whenever Bhagavatam is talking about Samba, then it will tell this phrase, Sambo Jambavadi Sudha. Jambavadi Sudha. Jambavadi is Jambavan's daughter. Anyhow, that mangi kind of nature may be there, or anyhow, Samban is a very good looking, very handsome, and then these all children, Sri Krishna children, they dressed him like a woman, that also a pregnant woman, and stomach also they made. And when Rishi came near, all of them went near to them with so much humility and all. This Samba was such a proficient actor that he enacted his role very, very perfectly. Maharaj, she is pregnant. She would like to know whether she will have a male child or a female child. She is feeling so shy to ask you herself. That's why we are asking. Then when rishis saw, they did not tell you go to a gynecologist and ask. They did not tell like that. But can you hide anything from Rishi's vision? They got so angry. And then why these children behaving like this? Sri Krishna's children. Rishi Muni said, neither a female child nor a male child born, but iron pestle will be born. Iron pestle, that pounding rod. In Sanskrit, it's known as musalam. That will be born, and that will become cause of your destruction. They are one after another doing mistake. First mistake was they all were intoxicated. They all were consumed liquor and all. Look, Sri Krishna's children. And then they thought having fun with this great Rishi Munis. That also another mistake. Okay, they committed mistake. At least they should have to fall at the feet of that Rishi Munis, and then they can ask, forgiveness and all. No, that also they did not do, because they are not scared. We are Sri Krishna's children. That kind of arrogance was there. Then sometimes devotees also will get, we are bhaktas. We can do anything. And when they removed all the makeup and all from Samban's body or saris, and then that pestle already was there. Iron rod was there. At least they should have reported this matter to Sri Krishna Bhagavan. They did not do that also. They went to Ugrasena. And then Ugrasena was the king because Sri Krishna can't become king and all because of curse is there now. There are also stories there. We are not going to that also. They approached Ugrasena, the king, and then that king also, he also did not suggest Bhagavan's opinion and all. What he ordered, you have to make it powder, that iron rod. They started to make powder of that iron rod, and one piece, they did so much, they worked for that, but one piece, they can't do anything, they couldn't do anything, and then they just threw that iron rod into ocean. And then we know the story, one fish swallowed that iron rod, and then one blacksmith got that fish, and then he fixed that iron rod one arrow, and then that arrow was bought by one hunter, and with that only that's Sri Krishna's, that Sri Krishna is the king of Yadavas. First, Bhagavan doesn't have any attachment to his own body also, his own people also. They have asana and this possessive, nothing is there. From this we can understand, though Bhagavan Sri Krishna is all powerful and could have removed the curse of that Rishi Munis. On the contrary, he sanctioned the curse of the Rishi Munis. He gave that sanction, okay, let it be like that only. I am not going to change their curse and all. In Narayaniya is a mini Bhagavata. In it, the author is a Bhattadiri, Melpattur Narayana Bhattadiri. Bhattadiri is telling, Na kwabi de sangavarta, O Bhagavan, there is not the slightest trace of attachment in you, Bhagavan. In Bhagavan, there's no attachment, his own people, his children. You take, if it is in our case, if our child is coming to from school and then telling this teacher did this, that, or my friend gave, so much beating, then we will go and ask, because this is my child. Whatever it may be, our own child may be wrong. Doesn't matter. We will go and then fight with that people. Look at Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna. Thus Bhagavan taught us that dispassion is must. Dispassion is must for liberation. If dispassion is not there, just to forget this spiritual world or spiritual goal and all. We can't do anything if dispassion is not there. And then that way, first chapter shows dispassion taking to us to Mukti, and then next is very beautiful. All chapters are like that only. Next chapter in Narada Muni used to visit Dwaraka. He will find some reason or other reason to visit Dwaraka, because he wanted to see that Bhagavan's beautiful Saundaryo Uttaradopi Sundaradaram Tudrupam. Bhagavan's Rupa, that beauty, Bhagavan's Rupa is epitome of beauty. That form, Narada, not only Narada, everybody wants to see that form only. Anyhow, his intention is to visit Sri Krishna, and he used to find some excuse and then come and then stay in a Dwaraka. One day, Vasudevji is our Sri Krishna's father. So Narada Muni was roaming like this, and then he invited him into his palace, and there Vasudevji and then Devaki-ji all were there, and then they started to talk with this Narada-ji, and then they said, Vasudevji said, in our previous life, Devaki-ji also, we both did severe penance. We did so much penance and all, and Bhagavan was pleased, and actually we wanted liberation. But when Bhagavan appeared in front of us, a desire came to our mind that we want a son like Bhagavan. That's why Mahatmas are telling, Even if that desire is for God, it will become an impediment in the path of liberation. If desire for God, that also an obstacle. Anyhow, they understood. Then Vasudeva is telling, everybody is telling that Sri Krishna is Bhagavan. But whenever I ask him any knowledge or any doubt related to Vedanta and all, then Sri Krishna will tell, Acha or Papa, I know nothing. How I can clarify, I can give clarity about this Vedanta and all. How I can talk about, because you are seeing how many wives, how much big grahasthasrama I am leading, Trilogi grahastha. That's why, oh Naradji, now you please enlighten us. If I ask Sri Krishna, he won't listen. And I can't, take his advice also. He's my son, that kind of bhava will come to my mind also. Therefore, you please enlighten us. If we depart from this world without gaining spiritual enlightenment, life will not complete. You please enlighten us. Look, they are Bhagavan's parents. Then also they have to do effort to gain this knowledge. They have to go through this Vedanta course. They are, even though they are Bhagavan's parents, and then they are telling, without this knowledge, if we depart from this world, there will be Mahado Vinashti, there will be a great loss. Naradji was very happy. Not because they are asked. No. He was happy. He thought he can stay for a few more days, because few more days in Dwaraka, and he can tell, oh, today's portion is over. We will see more over tomorrow. One lesson today, next lesson tomorrow, like that. Anyhow, Naradji describes another beautiful prakarana, another beautiful story to this Vasudeva and Devaki. And then look, first we saw the circumstances which leads to Yadava, the destruction of Yadava clan, and then Vasudeva Narada Samvada. In it another dialogue is coming, that is known as a Nimi Navayogi Samvada. That way, one story, within that another story, like that. Bhagavata from beginning onwards, it's going like that only. If we know the the structure, then only we will get what is happening now, like that. Okay. Anyhow, dialogue between 9 yogis and King Nimi. These Nava yogis in Bhagavata 5th skandha, we have seen Rishabhadeva Charitra. Rishabhadeva is there. He has 100 children. Eldest one is Bharata. And then 9 are yogis. 9 children became yogis, because there it shows it's our karma. It is our karma decides we are a Brahmana or we are Kshatriya, like that. That karma depends on our own mental temperament. That way, he had 9 sons. That 9 sons all were yogis. 9 sons were yogis. Their name also there. In Panchama Skandha, 2-3 places their names given. And then Ekadasha Skandha also their name was there. Kavir Hariranda Riksha Prabhuta Pipalayana Avir Hotro the Drumila Shamasakara Bhajana, like that. 9 names are there. And here is a dialogue between these 9 enlightened yogis and Raja Nimi. Raja Nimi belonged to Videha clan, Janaga clan. That's known as Navayogi Samvadam. Understand, Navayogi Samvadam. It's a beautiful portion, and particularly for the students of Vedanta. They were 9, and then they had such a power. At their will, they could appear and disappear anywhere. Avir Bhava, Tiro Bhava, appearing and disappearing. And one day, Videha Raja, here Raja Nimi, he was a very great Raja, and in his assembly he was conducting some yaga or satra, like that. And into that satra, one day these 9 yogis came. Raja, of course, recognized them. because seeing itself, no, anybody can understand they are great yogis. And the Raja was overjoyed because even one Mahatma comes to our house, that itself is a great. Here 9 are coming. How beautiful it will be. Na? When sadhu comes to our house, that is the day of Tiruvonam. In our Kerala now is Onam time. We are celebrating Onam. Why? Sadhu Mahatma is coming to visit our house. That's why the first thing is we are celebrating the incarnation of Vamana Avadara, Vamana Deva and all. And second is Mahabali, the great Bhakta, is also coming to visit us like that. No, that's why we are 9 days we will do all the floral decoration and all, because Sadhu is coming now. When Sadhu comes to our house, that is the day of Tiruvona, that is the day of Dasara, that is the day of celebration. If Sadhu is not coming to our house, Bhagavatam itself is telling in somewhere, and Tritiya Skanda, and I think Tritiya or second Skanda, Shuka Brahmarshi is telling, we will make house, big houses and all, and no sadhu, we are not inviting sadhus and all. Then what will happen is, it's like a burrow, this rat will make burrow and all now. And then in that burrow, snakes goes and then snakes stays there. Then what snakes will do? Snakes will eat that rat. The same way, we will also make big, not burrow, big mansion or palace like that, houses and all. And then time is like snakes. Time will swallow us. Time will go. It won't wait for anybody. It will go. And then our life also will go. If sadhus come, they will tell so many, satsanga will happen. Anyhow, this Nimi Raja was so overjoyed because these 9 yogis are coming to his palace. And then he said, Raja Nimi said to these yogis, Manye Bhagavada Sakshad Parshadanvo Madhudvishaha Vishnur Bhutani Lokanam Pavanaya Charandihi. You all are attendants of Lord Vishnu. You are here in this world, roaming about or wandering place to place, only to bless us, only to bestow auspiciousness and good fortune on one and all. For that purpose only you are wandering, not for the sake of, no, you do not want anything. Because we know Jandunam, Narajanma Durlabham, human birth is rare. Still a rarer thing is to have a darshana of a devotee of God. That's very rare. Therefore, I want to know, I am asking you, what is good for all beings? What is absolute good? Samsaresmin chenardhobi satsangaha shevadhirnrinam. In this life, one who gets even half a moment of satsanga, that itself is great treasure for a human being. That is the reason behind this monthly sadhana day and all. If half a moment itself, if satsanga we get, then it will be a great treasure. And Nimi Chakravarti particularly asked about Bhagavata Dharma. This Bhagavata Dharma also leading one to Mukti. Bhagavata Dharma, Dharman Bhagavadan Bruda. He asked Nimi Chakravarti, Nimi Raja asked Navayogins, Dharman Bhagavadan Bruda Yadina Srudaye Kshamam. How he requested, please explain to me what Bhagavata Dharma is. But please tell me this if you think that I am qualified to listen to this knowledge. Yadina Srudaye Kshamam. If I am eligible, then only you tell. That is also very important. We never think about our qualification or our eligibility, and then we go on asking all kinds of questions to these sadhu mahatmas and all. why I want to listen this Bhagavata Dharma? Because I heard that Bhagavan is pleased with these kinds of sadhana, and he will give himself to that person. He will give himself to bhakta and all. That means he will give the knowledge about himself. That way, without jnana, no mukti. Without knowledge, no mukti is possible. Anyhow, therefore, I want to know what is the absolute good for all being, and what are the means by which to reach Bhagavan. That is called Bhagavata Dharma. I want to know about Bhagavata Dharma. If I know Bhagavata Dharma, I can practice that Bhagavata Dharma, and that will take me to liberation. Okay. One question each to these 9 yogis, one by one. Nimi Raja asked around 9 questions. Very wonderful question answer session. First question, the first Navayogi, Kavi is the first among the Navayogi. First question, Kavi answered. Second question, Kavir Hari. Then Andariksha, Prabuddha, Pippalayana, Avirhotra, Drumila, Chamasa, Karabhajana. That way, 9 questions, 9 yogis answered. And first question is, what is the absolute good in life? What is the absolute good in life? And then Kavi is telling, Manye kudaschid Bhayamachudasya padambujopasanamatra nityam uddhigna buddhehe asadatma bhavat vishwatmana yatra nivartade bhihi manye kudaschid bhayamachudasya. You are asking what is the absolute good for all beings. Manye, aham manye, I consider, in my opinion, or I consider worship of Bhagavan's lotus feet. That is the best things to do. Padambuja upasana atra nityam. Worship of Bhagavan's lotus feet. That's the best things. That is the best thing to do. Okay. To whom? Uddhigna buddhehe. Uddhigna buddhehe. People are all the time agitated, and all people say, I'm so tensed, I'm so anxious, I'm so worried about this, that. Uddhigna buddhehe. Everybody in this world wanted to become this, that, or no, sannyasins want to become grahastha wants to become sannyasin, and child want to become grown up. Like that, everybody wants this or that. The reason is common. Holding on wrong notion, asadbhyam. Here Kavi is telling, asadbhyam, holding on all kinds of wrong notion, and we want peace and happiness in our life. We are holding on all wrong notion only, but we want peace and happiness. First wrong notion is that I am this body. That way we all are every time thinking, and then we are all the time, our time, if 24 hours is there, around 23 hours also we are doing work for this body sake only. First wrong notion is that I am this body, and second wrong notion is that I am miserable, I am a miserable being, and I will be happy by getting this or that. And this thing will make me happy, or this person will make me happy, or if I go to this place now, then I will become more happy. That way, running after, and all the time fear. I don't know what. I don't know whether I get it or not. I don't know what's going to happen to me. Only way is that to take refuge at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. That Bhagavan is a abhayam. And that Paramatma is a fearless. And if we worship the feet of the Lord, then we go beyond all our fear. Padambuja upasana atra nityam. And we attain the supreme goal of supreme good of life also. Bhagavata Dharma is that sadhana, that means by which you reach Bhagavan. What is that? Very famous slogas, is from Bhagavata only. Kayena vacham manasendriyerva buddhyatmana va prakrite swabhavat karomi yadyat sagalam parasmai narayanayedi samarpayami. Narayanayedi. Here in Bhagavata, Narayanayedi samarpayetad. Generally, what we say is Kayena vaja manasendriyarva buddhyatmanava prakrite swabhavat karomi yadyat sagalam parasmai Narayanayedi samarpayami. Narayanayedi samarpayami. This is called Bhagavata Dharma. What is Bhagavata Dharma? Oh, everybody knows that. Everybody knows this sloga by heart also. Oh, I know Bhagavata Dharma. Oh, this was Bhagavata Dharma. This only. Kayena vaja manase. Whatever I do. Here in the third person. Samarpaye tad. Third person in Sanskrit, Pradama Purusha only. In English, it's third person, but in Sanskrit, it's Pradama Purusha. Whatever he does, the Bhakta, whatever he does, that Bhakta, whatever he does with his body, Kayena, Vaja or speech, whatever he does with his mind or with his senses or with his intellect, or according to the disposition, according to his mind, manobhava, disposition, he does everything for Narayana. Narayana yedi samarpayami. I do everything for Narayana. Or in a, Shankaracharya says in that Shiva Manasa Pujana, Yadyat karma karoti tattadakilam shambho tavaradanam. O Lord Shiva, whatever I do, that is my worship. This is called Bhagavata Dharma. Once that type of attitude comes, all the body, mind, intellect, everything, that is the gift from God. This body, this mind, this intellect, it's God's gift to me. And therefore, whatever I do, everything I do it for the sake of God. Krishna Prityartham, Sri Krishna Prityartham. Then everything is offered to Krishna or offered to offered to God. Name only is changing. Many people believe that sadhana means getting up early in the morning, 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, getting up early in the morning and then start to chanting and then doing some puja or meditation. That's all. And this much is their sadhana. This 1 hour is my sadhana. And the rest of the time in worldly matter. In Bhagavata, it is said that true sadhana is performing all action as Lord's work. Performing all action, whether spiritual practices such as puja or meditation, or worldly actions such as working in the office or taking care of our children, husband, like that. If we do all action as Lord's work, then we do not have to search time for sadhana. All life is, we are doing sadhana only. Whatever may be the work, whether it is a spiritual or a worldly or whatever, sadhana only. And our life will become a great sadhana or puja. We can attain through this devotion also, dispassion also, and then liberation also. May Bhagavan bless us with bhakti. Okay, with this we conclude this session. We'll chant Purnamada also. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Thank you.